Men, it's time to get a grip. No, none of that. Of your mental health. Men, and I include myself in what I'm about to say because I used to do this myself. Well, it's time to stop pissing about. It's time to get a grip of your mental health before you lose everything. And you will lose everything. Go back a few years ago, I myself was a suicidal, burnt out, complete wreck of a man with PTSD. And of course, I'd got everything under control, didn't I? Everything's going to be fine. I've got this sorted. Yeah. I had nothing under control. And it's only after I got the help, after I do what I do now, that I can look back, and hindsight's a wonderful thing. Things you could have done differently and could have done differently, but didn't. You know what? None of that matters. What matters is that you take the reins now. I remember as I sat in that lay-by one, I think it was end of November, beginning December time. And I sat in the works van and I could see the back of the trailer of the lorry that was parked in there. And I thought, I'm going to stick myself under that. And at the time, it was a rational, made perfect sense decision. If I'm not here, this voice, this monster, this thing that's not me, that's in my head, can't piss anybody else off, can't affect anybody else. I'm doing my friends and family a favour. That's what I thought. And I was wrong. My story was I got my help, brilliant, everything turned my life around. Sold my house, quit my job, did everything I needed to do to get on track. Even that then come with tons of stressful and just a barrage of it was a complete mess. I was much happier. But I'd spent years with that whole I can sort it, I don't need any help. I used to go and lock myself away in the bedroom, play on my computer, watch the telly. While my then wife was downstairs, not seeing me, doing whatever it was she was doing and feeling however she was feeling. I never asked her. But notice how I say the word my then wife. I'm divorced. Prior to that, I had a relationship with somebody who I'd not long started my first business, the light haulage company. And I was putting hours and I was, working at it stupidly. I was bringing in good money at the time. I thought, get some savings up and we can have this life and all that, but didn't have a life. So she ran off with somebody else. And then we can blame her, we can blame them, we can blame everybody else. But I want you to ask yourself this. Why should your partner who dated you because they liked how you looked, your personality and all of that, why should they now put up with this miserable, horrible, angry bastard that sat in front of them? They shouldn't, should they? So they leave. And some people don't. And then they end up getting burnt out themselves. So now you've got a relationship with two burnt out people being angry. And neither can help the other, because unless we help ourselves, we can't help other people. I look back now at the mistakes I made, what I thought I was doing right, but I wasn't. In fact, I was very, very stupid. And I see a lot of clients, and I tell them, you're being very, very stupid because they're making the wrong choices. And in fact, the majority of men, they, I don't see a lot of men as a therapist. I don't work with a lot of men as a therapist because they don't come back. They did a consultation course, the consultation call. They tell me, yeah, I want this help. I want this. I've got to get back because I want to lose my family. My kids hate me. That's another thing. What you're going to do 20 years down the line, you've worked your bollocks off in a job you hate or a business that you're not getting on with, that you've lost your passion for and all that, because you're now chasing money. That's all you're doing. 20 years later, your kids are all grown up and they haven't got a single memory of you just being there. They may remember the holidays, the odd days out, things like that. But what about just you being there? They're just that interaction. You teaching them how to deal with the world and things like that. That's what kids need. Parents that teach them what to do properly. And I'm speaking very bluntly because this is how I do it. I want you now to think, fuck, I'm doing that. Well, I'm giving you no excuses. I don't want you to make any more excuses. I don't want you to be embarrassed to ask for help. Because all that is crap. Utter bollocks. There is nothing. If you think of any manly task that's happened in the world, it's even if one person gets the accomplishment, the result, there's always a team behind that person making it happen. So why waste time? Because you won't get time back. Time is the one thing you will not get back. Why waste time? Why waste your life doing the same routines that's getting you no results or is getting you shit results when you could be doing something better? Why keep lying to yourself? Everything's going to be okay. If I put the hard work in now, that'll pay off in 10 years' time. Bollocks. I'll tell you why. Because in less than 10 years' time, a lot less than 10 years' time, maybe 12 months, 2 years, you're going to be burnt out, right? And what's going to happen then is you're going to change. You're going to be this horrible, nasty, angry person that no one wants to spend any time with because you're miserable. You know you're miserable. You don't want to be miserable, but you don't know how to not be miserable. You don't know how to sort it because you got to go to work. You got to go to your business to earn money, but your passion's gone because you've got tunnel vision and you've put all your energy, you've emptied your power supply on that with this whacking great idea of a goal. It just isn't going to happen. By all means, do it in short stints. if I work my bollocks off now for 3 months, it'll pay off then. So you do that, then you have your other time. Not only that, but then you start doing stupid things like you can't relax without needing a drink. So it starts off 1 can of beer, a glass of wine maybe. Then it's a 4-pack of beer, a bottle of wine. 8 pints a night. Now you can't afford to do anything else because you're wasting your money on piss. But your brain now thinks it needs that for you to be able to switch off, to relax. No, it doesn't. It's a lie. Might not be drink, it might be stronger stuff, it might be, hard drugs. But you don't have to do that. You can change it now before you end up in that bit, before you end up in that state. Because again, how long will your partner put up with it? Should they have to put up with it? No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't suffer for your piss poor choices. And I'm saying this from someone who made a shitload of piss poor choices, lost relationships, lost my business, had to sell my house, nearly died. So I know what it's like. I know what it's like to be at rock bottom. Know I help people build their life back up. I help business owners, I help professional people make something of their time, get their time back. I saw a quote the other day on social media. The only person or the only people in 20 years' time who are going to remember you working every hour of the day are your kids. What are you going to do when somebody else is walking your daughter down the aisle? Because they don't want to know you. Somebody else is now seeing your wife, husband, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Happens. I know it happens. Plenty to think about. And at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. People's piss poor choices. So, when you hear the words man up, doesn't mean do everything on your own. It doesn't mean shut up, put up and suffer. What it means is do what it takes to get yourself back to being the best version of you. I'm Chris Harrison, hypnotist, therapist and coach, creator of Mindset Self-Care Focus Therapy. Thank you for watching. If you'd subscribe to my channel, that would be wonderful. Much appreciated. Have a great day wherever you are, and I really hope that this video has provoked some thought. Take care. Bye-bye.